vintage Japanese guitar. The history is really unknown at this stage. It's called Maya. The Japanese history around the 70s, early 80s were making copies of Gibson and Martin guitars, and they predominantly did that, and there was quite a lot of makers, and this is one of them, but it's a very unknown brand. Actually, Maya did a lot of electric guitars, not so many acoustics, so this is actually quite a rare guitar from what I can understand. Inside the label says handmade original Maya Western guitar, model number M3. I'm guessing it might be laminated quilted mahogany back and sides. The top, I'm thinking it might be a solid spruce top. The fretboard and the bridge, I don't really know, but it's quite a dark timber, so I'm wondering if it's actually ebony. The machine heads seem to be quite good quality. Now I'm thinking this is either a late 70s or an early 80s guitar, and it's in really very good condition. I think it's lived most of its life in a case. Hasn't actually been played a lot. And also very common for the era, especially on the higher end guitars from Japan, they use brass pins, brass saddle, and they have a brass nut up the top here as well. I like the staying on it too, and I quite like the little pattern of the pick guard, just a little bit different from normal. The tone is very nice. I've never played a guitar with the brass fittings before. I think the tone might have something to do with the brass fittings. I saw this came up for sale locally, and for the last couple of days I've been researching the Maya brand. Whilst there's a lot of information and there's a lot of electric guitars, information and stuff on electric guitars, I think they predominantly did electric guitars. There is also a sister company called Maya, and they also did electric and acoustic guitars, but they were recognised as being of a lesser quality. The Maya was recognised as being a higher end product, higher quality product. There was a bit of information on the plain Maya brand acoustic guitars. There was a few YouTube clips that I found, and a little bit of information on the web pages, but there was actually not one single bit of information that I could find on an Maya acoustic guitar. So I'm more than happy to get this posted up, get it on YouTube, get the information out there, so anyone else searching the product can find some information on it.
How much did you pay for it?
I paid $280 for it with the case.
And what are you going to do to it? What's your plans? What are you going to...
Not really, you don't have to really do a lot to this. It's in such good condition. There's a few scuffs and scratches. You can get some guitar polish, and you can polish a lot of those scuffs out. When I get it restrung, oil up the timber on the fretboard and on the bridge. So the first things I'll be doing is cleaning up the body, cleaning up the fretboard and the bridge and giving them an oil up. Try and lower or do a setup on it. The setup basically involves making an adjustment to the truss rod if it's needed, making an adjustment to the saddle, so you lower the saddle so that the string height goes closer to the frets, and then if necessary as well, you can lower the nut height a little bit as well to get a really nice low action to make your guitar playing easier and faster. So really it's actually good as it is now.
Cool. Well, we'll check back and in a little while we'll see how you're going.
Cool.
And to take us out with a little number, here we go.